This video will help you in trying to find a max or a min on the TI-84 calculator. So there's a list on the worksheet of several different kinds of equations, and we may or may not do all of them, but we'll do a good number of them to get you used to this. The first thing that you want to note is that you need to have it in a y equals form. This one is in that form, and all of 5 through 10 are in that form. But number 2, number 3, and number 4 are not in that form, and we would need to change that in order to get those ready for the calculator. So, first thing you want to turn on your calculator. I'm going to second quit out of everything. Then I'm going to go to y equals. Now note that my plot is on here, and we don't want that on. So I'm going to use my up arrow, jump up, and hit enter. That will turn that off. You do not want that on unless you're doing regression. So we're going to come back down to here. Now I'm going to put in 2x plus 3. Remember that your x value can be found on that button right there. That's all you need to hit. All right. Then you want to, if you have not done anything on your calculator and you don't know what the window's at, it's easy to just do a zoom, and see 6 is standard. So if I just hit zoom 6, it puts me in a really normal window. Now I'm doing this because I want you to see, is this a straight line? Yes. And really you wouldn't have even had to start it, but I wanted you to see, is there a max point or is there a min point? Doesn't this go on forever both ways? So there is no max or min in this particular type of equation in a straight line like that. So we're going to go to number 2. I'm going to go back to y equals. I'm going to clear that out. Now this is not in the right form. I would need to subtract this x over here. And you can actually write it as 8 minus x. That means I moved that x over. So is that going to be the same thing? Let's look here. Do I still have a straight line? Yes, there's no max and there's no min. So we want to make sure we're realizing that even if we didn't and we got on here, we would see that. Okay, so what we can see, this is a straight line, this is a line, this is a line, this is a line. The exponent on x is just a 1. So all of these first 4 do not have a max or a min. So we're going to now be able to switch to number 5. So if I go to number 5 and I clear here, I'm going to put x, then you can hit this squared button. So x squared plus 2x plus 4. All right. I'm going to hit graph because I'm on a zoom 6 window. So what do I have? Do I have a max or a min? I have a min because it's the lowest point. So here's what we do. We hit second, calc, min. So number 3. And it's asking you for where's the left bound. Here's my cursor. I'm going to move my little left arrow so that I'm to the left of this lowest point. And then I'm going to hit enter. Then it wants me to find the right bound. So I get my right arrow. I'm going to go back around so that I'm to the right of that. Now you could be anywhere here and it would work. It just can't be on this lowest point. I'm going to hit enter. And then the last thing says, do you want me to guess? Well, you hit enter. You don't get a guess, you get a real answer. So the minimum occurs when x is -1 and y is 3. So the point, the minimum coordinates are -1, 3. All right? All right, let's go to number 6. Same idea. Let's go to y equals, clear that one out. And when we have x squared minus 5x minus 13. And we'll graph. Now this one's a good one because what happens? I can't see the lowest point. So I have to change my window to be able to see the min. If I go to the window, the y min is down at the bottom. And I can't see it at -10, so it's really just a trial thing. Let's try -20 and see if we can hit it. And then just hit graph. Yes, that worked. If it didn't work, then you could try -30. Just try some till you get a window where you can see. So second calc min, I am on the left, so I can just hit enter. I'll go to the right and hit enter. And my final answer. And if we're rounding, you know, we could say this is at 2.5, and I think that's negative 19.25, something like that. So that's how you would work on that one. All right, let's try number 7. Number 7 is a cubic. So let's go to y equals, clear that out. We have x, there's no cubed key, so we want to go to the caret key, x to the, put your 3, and then be sure you hit your right arrow button to go back down. So x cubed plus 4x squared minus 5x plus 2. All right, let's hit graph. So this thing's cubic, it's going up, and somewhere up there it's turning and coming this way. So on this one, I can't see up top, which is the y max. So if I go to my window, and then I change my y max to say 20, let's see if that works. Not quite. I'm going to go back in. I'm going to change it to 30. So you just keep trying till you get it where you want it. Okay, so now in this one, we have a max point and we have a minimum point. So let's do the max first. Let's do second calc max, and we have to be to the left of the lowest point. So I'm going to use my left arrow and make my little cursor move. Okay, enter. I'm going to move him back over to the right. So you have to be on either side of the high point and hit enter one more time. And we get negative 3.189 and 26.19. And depending on what you had in your problem in the homework, it would tell you how many spaces to round to. So let's do the other part. Second calc min. Now I've got to go this way and enter, around and enter one more time. And I have 0.522 and 0.622. It's really right off the line there. So we found a max and a min in that particular one. All right, let's go to number 8. All right, let's go to y equals, clear that one out. This one has a negative at the beginning and there's an absolute value. So we'll see how to work that. So we have a baby negative at the beginning, -2, different than the subtraction when it's the sign at the beginning. Now we need our absolute value bars. Go to math, over to number, and you see the first thing is absolute value. So I hit enter. Now, if you have a really older calculator, it'll just say ABS on the screen and have some parentheses. This one has the actual bars. Inside the bars, I'm going to put 5x minus 4, and then I'm going to jump across the bar, and then I have a plus 19. Okay, so I want to make sure that I have everything I need. Okay, so I'm going to hit graph. And this is an absolute value, and because it was negative, it's an upside down V. And we want to find that point right there. So we're going to do second calc and max. And we're already to the left of it, so we'll hit enter. And then we'll come around to the other side and hit enter. And enter one more time. And we have 0.79. That would probably round to 0.8. And 18.9 would maybe round to 19 if we were doing that, but those are the right numbers. So we did the absolute value. Let's do number 9. Y equals, we'll clear that. We're going to put in x to the 4th. So x to the, use your caret, put a 4, use your right arrow, plus 6x squared minus 8. All right, let's hit graph. X to the fourth looks a lot like x squared. So let's just find the min here. Second, calc, min, and we'll go a little more to the left, enter, over to the right, enter, and one more time. Now, this is really interesting, and we have to pay attention to this. This says 1.1541 e to the negative 6. If you see an e here with a negative number, it means the decimal is actually 6 places to the left, which would be 0.00000015, blah, 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 which is essentially 0. And that makes sense. That looks like it's at 0. Sometimes the calculator is going to do that. But you don't want to put this for your answer. You want to say that's at 0, -8. All right. Now, the last one, you really wouldn't have to put it in, but I'm going to do it just to show you. If we put in y equals 12, that's going to be a horizontal line. And if I hit graph, it's just going to be here. There is no max or min. We don't find a max or a min in this. So it's a horizontal all the way. So we ended up doing all of those, and hopefully that will help you finding maxes or min.